I'm learning so much from liberals. Oh my gosh, these white, especially the white ones. I love the white, liberal, progressive Marxists. Oh, they're so enlightened. We've been telling you about a little thing called Juneteenth for, I don't know, maybe 15 years now. We told you about the Tulsa Massacre, Black Wall Street. We told you that, I don't know, maybe about 15 years ago. And no one in the media gave a flying crap about it. But now they're all so woke. Oh, my gosh, they're so woke. And they have found Juneteenth, and they just love it. They just love it. And I'm so happy to have them. Oh, yes. I wish it was at all sincere. Don't you, Stu? Don't you wish that just a little bit of their discovery was actually sincere?
That would be awesome. That is not the case.
It would be.
It's not where we live today.
No?
It would be nice. It would be nice if they actually recognize what the holiday does celebrate, which, of course, is the end of the government enslaving its citizens. There's a nice thing.
Yeah, it was good. Mm-hmm. It was good. You know, I get all of my Juneteenth news and all of my history from Good Housekeeping.
Right, obviously.
But I went right to the source for Juneteenth. Went right to goodhousekeeping.com. And the holiday, Juneteenth, also known as Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, or Jubilee Day, commemorates the date, June 19th, 1866, that tens of thousands of enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, first learned that they were free. Now, you would think that a show that's based in Texas would have been talking about this for a decade, which is weird because we have. But they just discovered this Juneteenth, and they are so all about it. It is so great. In fact, it's even better than the 4th of July, I think. These days, communities around the country celebrate Juneteenth by gathering for barbecues, enjoying red foods and beverages. Enjoying red foods?
So it's a Twizzler-based holiday? I don't, is that?
Yeah, well, you can also have a pixie stick, which is nice. It's a nod to the bloodshed during this transatlantic slave trade. So I like to take red foods or foods that are blue and make them red. It's hard because they generally turn purple. But if you use enough actual blood. Now, in my family, we like to make red matzah, and we use the blood of Palestinian children, which is very... Oh, did I say that out? Oh, my gosh. Oh, the Zionist master is going to be so upset about that. Anyway, it's a nod to the bloodshed of the transatlantic slave trade. Might also be, could be, a nod to the bloodshed that killed more people than any other war that we have had, especially here in America. About 600,000 people died. You'd have to go to World War II to be able to get that, or just an average day in any communist country to be able to get that kind of bloodshed, where white people fought other white people for the freedom of black people. It also might be a nod to that. Now, Juneteenth has also become an important emblem of the celebration, the Juneteenth Flag. Now, I wasn't aware that there was a Juneteenth flag, but according to Good Housekeeping, it's come to be an important emblem. Now, the flag, of course, this happened, Juneteenth happened in 1866. Texas has been celebrating Juneteenth, for a very long time. But the Juneteenth flag, that symbol that everybody holds so dear, was created in 1997 by an activist known as Boston Ben, who founded the National Juneteenth Celebration Foundation. He created the flag in collaboration with Verlene Hines, Azim, and Elliot Dez. And it is just to symbolize the liberty and freedom for all African Americans. Now, you would think that we had another flag that would represent that, but no, we have the Juneteenth flag. And if you look it up, Stu, real quick, it's crazy because it looks kind of like the North Korean flag, but I'm sure that's a coincidence. It's red, white, and blue, and it's deliberately chosen by Haith to demonstrate that even throughout enslavement, now this I think is very important, even throughout enslavement, African Americans were always American. Huh. Now, who would have thunk that? Me? I didn't think that. Lincoln? He actually did think that, and I did think that, and Martin Luther King thought that. But now we have a flag to represent that. It has a curved surface on the flag, and it represents a new horizon and possibility for African Americans. Possibility? What? Are you kidding me? Possibility. I listened to Don Lemon over the weekend. There's no possibility for any Americans who are African descent. Americans don't even see black people as fully human. In fact, I've got to get this quote because it's so spot on, Don Lemon. He said, I feel like I've had to be kind of, talking about more personal things about my life because I don't think America sees enough people like me. We see plenty of liars. We see plenty of people who are in the bag for, what is he talking about? He says, I don't think America intimately knows enough people like me. And I celebrate that. I really do. I used to know Don Lemon. I don't know who this guy is, but I used to know Don Lemon. He says, I would love America to see black people. Black people. What are those, Stu? I've never seen one.
They're quite common, Glenn. We interact with them often. It's not a shocking thing. I think Don might think that people in the South have never seen an African American, when actually there's many more African Americans in the South than there are in the Northeast.
He says, I want to see black people. Do we make them into blacktop in the middle of the country? Because I don't think I've ever seen a black person before. And he says, especially, wait. He really wants black gay men to be seen as normal, as human beings and part of the culture. Black gay men? I've never seen a black man. I've never seen a gay man. I've never, of course, seen a black gay man.
What kind
part of our culture? What is he talking about?
What kind of vision of this country does this guy have? It's so strange.
Not a vision. A vision that he has learned. It's not the vision that Don Lemon, the guy I used to know, had. That's not him. This is a hateful, twisted vision of America. We know black people. We know gay people. We know black gay people. What are you talking about? They're not part of the American dream. They're not part of, we love, we hurt, we go through trials and tribulations just like everyone. Oh, put it down, Shakespeare. Do we not bleed? Oh, shut up. Oh, I can't take it.
Again,
I don't know if America sees... He says, I don't know if America sees black people, and especially black gay men, as fully human.
Oh, God.
As deserving of the American dream. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Frickin' believable.
And it's not to say that, of course, there are people who go through all sorts of things for all sorts of reasons. But like Don Lemon, is he really the guy who's suffering through his life with his multi-million-dollar salary on television every night, given nonstop adoration and praise from the left-wing media? Is he really the example of the person going through the tough time? I mean,
he is. You know why? He's being forced to live in a community that's 80% white and only 3% black people. I mean, he's isolated. He's forced to be isolated. Yes.
Where does he live? That's 80% white and 3% black.
America.
No,
Hello,
it's not.
Stu.
No, it's-
America. And I bet those
numbers are
white people
questionable.
are glad to hear that they. I'm glad to see that his neighbors know now that he thinks that they don't see him as fully human and deserving of the American dream. Oh, my. Holy cow. Okay, so back to Juneteenth. Juneteenth, I think, is a great holiday, and I don't know why people have to denigrate Juneteenth. I don't know why last week the right felt that it needed to be denigrated, except for the fact that I think a lot of people understood exactly what this was. This is the latest Marxist move to separate us even further. You either celebrate Juneteenth as Liberation Day, or you celebrate the July 4th, which is just a white day. Nowhere in the history of Juneteenth is that true. By the way, was it a black man that rode up to the black men and said, by the way, you're all free? No, it was a Union soldier. It was a white Union soldier, somebody who had been fighting for the rights of all people to be free, that rode up and said, you're all free. You have been for a while. It's just taken us a while to get down here to tell you that. Sorry, the phone hasn't been invented, and we don't let black people text, I guess. Is that what happened in 1866? This is a great holiday, but not a replacement for the for 4th of July. And that's exactly what it's becoming. But it was revealed on what it is in many places in America. Don't tell me that I don't care about Juneteenth when I see the celebrations that happened around this country that were an absolute disgrace and proof positive that shame will never come back to our society. Shame is fully dead and 12 feet under the ground. It wasn't enough to bury shame 6 feet under. I think we went a full 12 feet. Keep digging. Maybe you'll find it. Maybe you'll find the dead, decaying body of shame. But I doubt it. Forget 4th of July, says the Daily Beast. It's time to celebrate Juneteenth. June 19th, also known as Juneteenth, is the newest federal holiday recognizing the emancipation of the last state of enslaved black Americans, notably years after Lincoln's proclamation. Juneteenth is a day for all Americans to celebrate, marking an important milestone in our country's progress. Okay, so forget 4th of July. It's time to celebrate Juneteenth. Now, if this is such, let me quote again, good housekeeping. It's a celebration of black freedom, and it is representing new opportunities that lie ahead for black people. And in fact, it is something that these days are celebrated by gathering for barbecues, enjoying red foods and beverages, and it is really something to commemorate June 19th. Okay, so how did they do it? Let's go to Oakland. Here you see people twerking on top of an ambulance. Now, I don't know, but I think all of those free slaves would be so proud right now. So very proud. Now, don't worry. Shots rang out, and they were just celebrating the end of slavery in America. And the bullet struck 6 victims between the ages of 16 and 27. A 22-year-old died because they were so celebratory, just twerking and showing their junk on top of that ambulance that it could no longer proceed to the victims of the shooting, which I think is, oh, man. Can I tell you something? Frederick Douglass is shedding a tear right now. He is shedding, a bucket of tears. He is so proud of all of the celebrants of Juneteenth there in Oakland. Now, the mayor said tonight a joyous occasion at our Lake Merritt was marred by a senseless act of gun violence. It was senseless, and including the EMS worker that was shot in Raleigh, North Carolina, being shot while responding to a child who was in need of medical assistance, and a 19-year-old woman in Flint, Michigan, opened firing on a police officer that was just working at a traffic point, just trying to direct traffic. He was shot, and then he returned fire, but she died. She died. So there's an investigation going on about that one. Is there no shame in our country? Stand up, America.